stronger, we're getting wiser, we're growing, and we're not going to stop until we beat the odds. BTO 4 is what we're going to continue to do. And the more you get focused on your assignment, the more you go after God, the more you begin to trust the process, things begin to get exposed. And I'm here to tell you, I'm here to help you. Let it happen. In fact, expose it yourself. God has given you many gifts. He has given you many abilities that you have. However, what I've learned is the simple fact is this: your gift, your assignment is fully mature. However, you're not. And there are some things that are trying to hinder you, and mainly the main thing that is trying to hinder you is the enemy. The main thing that wants to expose you or make you feel like your flaws or everything that you're facing is going to keep you from being who you are is the enemy. Why? Because you were chosen by God. So everything that you do, everything that you go after, remember this, I wrote this quote: it's not intentional when you're concerned with the response of people. It's not intentional when you're concerned with the response of people, because when you're expecting response or the response you want, what you're doing is you're canceling or you're ignoring responsibility. We do it a lot. So that means to me, you're telling me that everything that you were doing, it didn't have any intentions, it didn't have any assignment. Because if it had assignment, if it didn't have motive, you wouldn't worry about preparation. I said something on Facebook, and it's worth repeating. Never feel like you're unprepared for something that you were born to do. Never feel like you are unprepared for something that you were born to do. Because what the enemy does is he tries to make you feel like you're unprepared, and what that does is it brings fear. It brings doubt. It brings insecurity. But remember what I said a while ago. You were born on purpose, for purpose. You have an opportunity to change so many different lives with the gift that God has given you. So some of the things that I do, even with myself, some of the things that I continue to make edify myself every day. People of God, I'm far from perfect. I have to keep striving. And what I do is I have to discipline myself, or I make it so that I do something the next day that I didn't do the day before. I make it so that I go above and beyond something. I do something, and I learned this from my brother actually. I'll do something that makes me fear. And I'll stand in the face of it, and I'll tell that thing, or I'll tell that individual, you don't scare me. I'm not afraid to take this leap. I'm not afraid to go after this contract. I'm not afraid to go after what God has given me to do. Just because the world don't see it the way I see it, just because the world don't understand it the way I understand it, doesn't mean that I'm going to stop. Because my God made me on purpose, for purpose. People of God, this is why we're here. And I have a story. And lately I've been reading the book of Matthew, but it was very interesting. In this book of Matthew, it talks about a man that gives his servants talents. You have the one man, he gives 5 talents. You have the second man, he gives 2 talents. And then you have one man, and then the third man, he gives 1 talent. He gives these individuals an investment. He trusts them with it. And I'm paraphrasing, I'm gonna make it my own. He gives it to them. Now he has in his heart an expectation. They don't know that, but he wants them to, he kind of wants them to just judge it on their own and see how they respond to it. How will you respond to this gifting or that I'm going to give you? Now you got the one man, 5 talents. He does his thing. He's not fearful. He's not afraid. And he goes after it. And what he ends up doing, he doubles what he has. Then the second man does the same exact thing. He doubles what he has. Now this was very unique. The third man, he had one responsibility, he had one gift, and he decided to bury it. And this was his words. It's actually Matthew 25 and 26. It says, "And I was afraid." I was afraid. Because he was concerned about the response his leader was going to give him. He was concerned that he didn't have it, but he did have it. It was given to him. It was given to him for a purpose, for a reason, and he did absolutely nothing with it. Now ask yourself the question, is that you? Then ask yourself, why are you afraid? What are you afraid of? What is the enemy putting in your mind that's making you second guess the gifts that he has given you? What is it? Because we've been waiting for so long, you want something to happen to you. But the Bible says that faith without works is dead. You can't have just the faith. You can't have just the works. Where there's 2 or 3 gathered in his name, he is in the midst. But if you have something, you have faith and you have the work and you bring it together and you just stay diligent, you stay true to what it is that God has given you, I guarantee you with all of my heart, you'll be international. You'll beat the odds. The world will become your gym. Everything that you want, everything that you desire will be in your hands. Do not bury your gift. Do not be afraid, because if you are afraid, you're going to miss out. And not only that, there's young people who are relying on your diligence. There's young people who are relying on your motivation. There's young people who are relying on you, because the reason why you have it is because it's being passed down. And I'm realizing that. I have a beautiful daughter. And one time I had a dream. The dream was this. I'm in a lake. There's a dirty lake. My daughter is sitting on a rock. However, there's an alligator trying to circle her. But as her father, I'm ready and prepared, because she's safe, but I'm ready and prepared to go to battle for her, because this is the thing. I have to pass down what I am creating to her, and she has to be prepared for it. And people of God, I don't care what you do or what you're going to do, everything that God has given you, it was for a purpose, and it's to be passed down. So we are beating the odds. BTO Wednesday, we're getting stronger, we're getting better. Continue to tune in every Wednesday. I'm gonna come with the word. Blessings. Peace.